Morning, Dave. How you doing this morning?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Oh, not much.
So tell us about this. Tell us about this hockey tournament. What's going on?
Well, I'm involved with Linwood Street Hockey. I'm currently the head coach of the Beaver B team. It's a great sport, first and foremost. I'm involved with football. I'm also involved with baseball, and it's one of the most active, most pleasuring sports that you can watch visually for the spectator. The ages start from 4 years old at chipmunks all the way up to 15 years old in high school. Yeah, we have different degrees: the chipmunks, the penguins, the beavers, and the cadets.
Shameless self promotion here. My nephew Robbie Flynn up with the Delran. He won the 9-year-old championship with the what do they call the Sabres, the Maple Shade Sabres. So he was the goalkeeper.
Okay. Nice.
So
That's great. That's
he's basking in the glow of victory of his 9-year-old street hockey championship.
Oh, it's great. You'll never forget it.
So he's having a heck of a month. He's a big Eagles fan. They won a Super Bowl. He wins his 9-year-old championship for street hockey. So not a bad life of a 9-year-old.
That's great. I know, right? To have it again. I mean, we're all living the life the Eagles wanted. So. Have you come down off the high yet from the Eagles Super Bowl? I have not. I was actually in Disney with the family, and we were able to see Nick Foles at the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, really?
For his MVP parade. Yeah, just coincidence. But, I had to watch the game on a 20-inch TV in a hotel room, which was the bad side. But we got to see Nick Foles drive by at 25 miles an hour.
Nice.
At the parade.
So when's this tournament going? I guess it's kind of an all-star tournament, right?
It is, yes. They select all-star teams, both A's and B's, for the levels of Penguin, which is not 7 to 9 years old, Beavers, which is 10 to 12 years old, and Penguins, which is 13 to 15 years old. A lot of those kids are up to the ages of sophomores in high school, and it gets really good then. And the tournament's in Summers Point. It was going to start yesterday, but obviously weather conditions prohibited that. So it's going to start. The first game is at 3:15 in Summers Point. It's going to be in Summers Point Rinks down at the Summers Point Youth Football Field off of Bethel Road. And starts at 3:15 on Saturday. There'll be preliminary games up until 8:15 is the end of the last game on Saturday. And then they'll get into semifinals and championships on Sunday starting at 11 a.m. and again finishing at 7:15. But it's something nice to get the kids out of the house. It's cold, but not cold enough to be outside. But it's something to come and watch. And if you were from the towns involved are Linwood, Egg Harbor Township, Mays Landing, Summers Point, and Monroe Township. And if you live in any of those towns, we're surrounding towns because we're not, just the residents of just those towns aren't the only ones that are involved. I currently live in Northfield, but I play for Linwood. They take the surrounding towns. If you're interested in street hockey, look up your local street hockey. Just type in the town that you live in and type in street hockey, and your local team will come up. It's an extremely exciting sport. It's a wintertime sport, except for the Chipmunks. They play in the fall. The little 4 to 6 year olds. That's just crack up. I mean, you have a chance just to get out and watch that. It's like a choo-choo train. They all follow the ball around.
There you go.
It's cute. So.
Now, Nick, if people want to check out more about the Jersey Shore Hockey Association, do they have a website or anything, or how can people find out more information?
They do. They have JerseyShoreHockey.com. JerseyShoreHockey.com will give you your links to every individual team that I just mentioned: Linwood, Summers Point, Mays Landing, Egg Harbor Township, and Monroe. And they will give you the opportunity to just jump on there and find out the schedule, when you can sign up for the teams, and also when you can go to this weekend to check it out. And it's a good idea to go out, see what it's about if you're interested, or you have kids that are interested.
So how many kids would you say are involved with the entire association?
Wow, that's a good question. I mean, I know in
I'm sure you have league schedules with different teams that play each other, right?
Yes, what we do is we start our season off usually in November in all the towns, and we'll play inter-rec hockey, which means we will split up into a certain amount of teams based on the amount of kids that come out for each individual group, Beaver, Penguin, and Cadet. And then we will play inter-squad. We'll have playoffs and championships. They run up until February 1st. Then the two teams, the A's and the B's, are selected for the All-Stars, and we will do an All-Star season from February 1st until the beginning of March, in which we play 8 to 10 games, depending upon the weather, create a bracket for which, we will be seeded for this tournament, and then we'll have the championship tournament to see who the overall team is. It's great sportsmanship. It's great, opportunity to keep the kids, especially like in the winter. They're always cooped inside. I mean, we have basketball, and I love basketball, but it's still inside. It gets them out. There are times when you're wishing that, your kid was playing basketball. When it's, 27 degrees and the wind is 15 miles an hour. It happens, yes, but there's also nice days out there in the winter that get the kids out. So
we're talking with
a great time.
We're talking with Nick Grasso. He's one of the guys involved with the Jersey Shore Hockey Association, which is I guess what they call it, deck hockey nowadays, or street hockey, or
street hockey. Yeah, they do have a deck hockey. Egg Harbor Township's got like one of those decks. I don't know if you've ever been out that way.
Yeah.
They have one of those rollerblade type decks. Yeah, but it's for the most part street hockey. It is no joke. They actually have, they have a nationals that comes to Egg Harbor Township in the spring, where they come from all over the country. You can pretty much put any team that you would like in there as long as you're associated with the street hockey organization. They also have nationals down in Florida. I think they deal with the wide world of sports down at Disney, and we're talking 120 mile an hour slap shots. No joke. So you get a nice little bruise when you're on block that shot. So.
It does seem, Nick, like this is really becoming a very popular youth sport among that 8 to 12 age range.
Yes, it is. We see more and more people joining all the time. The teams continue to grow. Again, it's the one. I continue to say even NHL hockey is one of the most spectator friendly sports. It's fun to watch. It never stops. It's got a quick whistle, but it gets right back into it. You could be down by 3 or 4 and blink, and a minute later, they're back in the game. It's a 1-goal game. The equipment that they need to buy is very minimal. They have some shin pads, some elbow pads, gloves, a stick, a helmet. I know it sounds like I just threw out 3 or 4 things, but they're very reasonably priced, So, it's not basketball where you got to buy a basketball. You got to buy a couple of things, but
right.
But they. But the things are reasonably priced. And my son's been in it now for 6 years, and I've probably bought him 2 sets. So you spend $100 and you divide that by a couple of years. You're paying. It's a reasonably priced sport. It's fun. It's growing every day. We love it. So, but I just want to say something. We miss you over there. It hasn't been the same. For you guys who don't know, Dave is a heck of a baseball player, and he was on my team for a couple of years. We've missed him the last couple of years, but team hasn't been the same without you, Dave. I
appreciate it, man, but it might be arguable how good I am these days. I'm 45 years old, so losing a step or two.
We all are. It's all in our minds, though. I think.
I'm trying to make it to age 50 before I turn full time into golf or something like that.
Yeah, same here. At 55, I'm going to turn to a full-time golf watcher.
There you go. Now, Nick, before we let you go, our producer Cole Raring was one of the former students of your wife Samantha.
Yes, he was. I just mentioned the name Cole to my wife. You guys said we were talking, texting back and forth.
She said Raring with a roll of her eyes.
Nah. Wait, Dave, that was between you and I. I wasn't supposed to make airtime, Dave.
All right, when we get off the air, I want to get some dirt on first grade Cole and the kind of trouble he caused.
I got pictures. They had video cameras back then, so we've got some tape on that. So we'll get that on the website.
Great stuff, Nick. We're up against the break here. Before we let you go, remind our listeners one more time what's going on this weekend with Jersey Shore Hockey Association.
Okay, the teams of Linwood, Mays Landing, Egg Harbor Township, Monroe, and Summers Point are going to be playing a championship series in Summers Point, right next to their youth football field off of Bethel Road. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the games will start at 3 o'clock and end at 8 p.m. And Sunday, the semifinals and championships will be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. Have a great weekend out there. Tell all the local folks we said hello here from 97.3 ESPN, and enjoy the tournament, man.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick.
Take care.
That was Nick Grasso, one of the guys involved with the Jersey Shore Hockey Association.